It's been a minute. My neuro at this new hospital kind of came in and informed me that I had just had a stroke. At the age of 23, I had just had a stroke. It's very kind of difficult to grasp. It's very kind of difficult to think about, to kind of understand. It's like it really hits you to realize at our age that we are not invincible. We are mortal, and that's just absolutely insane. Ciao guys, my name is Marco Manzello. Welcome to the I Am Catholic YouTube channel. Welcome to the I Am Catholic project. So much has happened in the past 2 months. There's been downs, there's been ups. It's just like, I don't really know how to explain it to you, but I'm gonna do my best. First of all, I had exams. That's why the first month of, from the beginning of June on, you didn't really hear much from me. I had to do my mid-year exams. I had my last exam from I'm getting out my calendar, from the 19th of June through to submitted on the 22nd of June. On the 18th of June, I was on a Zoom call with quite an important bunch of people in the Archdiocese. We were talking about a lot of different things. Incredible talk. But during the talk, I developed this like severe headache, something similar to a migraine. Kind of just got worse and worse. Try to sleep it off that day. I don't generally take painkillers, so I didn't try. Next day, I woke up with this migraine still there, and it just got worse throughout the day. I got incredibly nauseous. That was the Friday, 19th, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, I submitted the exam. I managed to kind of force my way through it by the grace of God. Like, only through God's strength did I manage to get through. Monday the 22nd, I submitted my exam. The next day, we finally, I thought the migraine would go away. It didn't. The next day, it finally got so bad that my parents and I kind of decided, like, it's time to go visit a GP, a general practitioner, a doctor. So we went and we visited, and I had the most incredible GP. Truly, she saved my life. That evening, we kind of expected the medication that she prescribed to cause some side effects. That evening, the side effects kind of kicked in. I started to lose all sensation in the left side of my body. And I started being unable to use my right leg as well. It's kind of weird. The next day, I woke up and I just could not use the left side of my body at all. My dad had to dress me. It was really kind of disconcerting experience. I informed my GP of all of these kind of symptoms and what was happening to me, and she kind of got very worried, and she referred me to a neuro pretty quickly. So on Wednesday, 24th of June, I went and visited the neuro in the evening or afternoon. The neuro ran some diagnostic tests on me, and she was very worried. Incredible neuro as well. Again, this lady saved my life. And she prescribed a CT scan and an MRI at a different hospital. So we went to this, between that hospital and the hospital that we were going to is my house. So we came and stopped by my house. My mom needed to pick up her ID documents, and we were also going to transfer cars from my mom's car to my dad's car. And as we were transferring, a lot happened, but essentially I ended up having quite a severe seizure. So much so that I collapsed, completely blacked out, collapsed. My family were forced to call an ambulance. The ambulance picked me up, took me through to this other hospital. They ran the MRI, they ran the CT scan. I had developed quite a severe brain clot in one of the veins within my brain, which was like, we didn't know it at the point, and the clot had manifested as the migraine. So I didn't technically have a migraine, but yeah, it presented almost exactly the same as a migraine. We only found out that I had this clot after the MRI and the CT scan. Essentially, that evening was quite a bit of a blur for me, and it took forever for them to find a hospital bed that they could accommodate me in. When they found the hospital bed, it was only 3 o'clock the next day on the Thursday the 25th. And I was taken to a different hospital, quite a length away from my own house and that hospital that I was previously in. When we were in that hospital, things kind of got really, really difficult for my family. This whole time I was blacked out from the period of having that seizure. And I woke up on Monday pretty much A-okay. I was like, yeah, let's get going. I'm pretty excited to get out of this hospital and go. They had run an EEG scan on my brain for over that weekend. And on the Tuesday, my neuro at this new hospital kind of came and informed me that I had just had a stroke. At the age of 23, I had just had a stroke. It's very kind of difficult to grasp. It's very kind of difficult to think about, to kind of understand. It's like it really hits you to realize at our age that we are not invincible. We are mortal, and that's just absolutely insane. When I woke up, I didn't have a cell phone. I wasn't able to communicate with my parents. So there was a lot of uncertainty about what was happening. They had lost me in the hospital. So for a good 3 days, no one knew where I was or how I was doing. No one could give a straight answer to my parents. No one could really inform them of what had happened to their child. All of this is surrounded by the coronavirus uncertainty that we've got going around. So there was a lot of fear, there was a lot of anxiety, there was a lot of doubt, especially amongst the community that surrounds me, because it's logical. I just collapsed. I got a CT scan. I had a problem with my brain, and that is everything that my family knew. They knew that I couldn't use the left side of my body, that there was something that was severely wrong. And then from there, they didn't get any more information. It was terrifying for them. It was absolutely horrifying for them. For me personally, I was out. I didn't realize anything that had happened. It was only much later that I kind of started connecting the dots and realizing the pain and the stress that my family and my friends must have been going through. It must have been absolutely horrible. I woke up on the Monday, and on Wednesday, the 1st of July, exactly a week after I had had my stroke, I was discharged. I got sent back out into the world because I was effectively back at like 95%. It was miraculous. It was just the most incredible experience. I do not understand what it like. The story of this has not been finished yet. There is so much that I need to learn about what God did, why he did it, where he's taking me. I'm just absolutely blown away. I had a stroke, and it should have been the most terrifying moment of my life, but I look back at it with it was the most affirming experience I had had. It was one of the most incredible experiences in the greater scheme of things that I've ever had in my faith life, in my life alone. It was a defining point in my life. And this all happened exactly a month ago today. For the past month, apart from the week that I was out, I've been taking it easy. I'm about 80 to 90% like physically capable right now. Like, left side of my body works, right side of my body works. Everything is going great. I am feeling so confident. I'm feeling so hopeful. I'm feeling so blessed. This should have gone so wrong, but it didn't. And there are so many reasons for it not going wrong. And the chief reason amongst these is just, I think God's got an incredible plan. I think that I always knew God had plans for me, but I didn't realize how big they would be. After this kind of experience, I have no doubt that he wants to take me so far, and that's very, very humbling. That's very, very affirming. The second part of what I want to talk about is the community that surrounds me. I remember waking up on that Monday kind of being of the opinion that there was maybe like 20 people at most that were praying for me. And I remember being like, Lord, I had no contact with the outside world by this point. And I remember just being like, Lord, I thank you so much for those people that are praying for me, those 20 people, wherever they are. I kind of thought like 20 max. I managed to I got on a phone call with my parents for the first time that Monday evening, just to find out that there were thousands of people around the world that were praying for me. It was It was so overwhelming in an incredible way. It was so profoundly affirming. God had used me to touch other people in this world, and that was, there's nothing better that I could have hoped for in this life. Without a doubt, if each and every one of those prayers weren't made, I don't know if I would be here. I am still saying thank you to people a month afterwards. I still have not been able to reach all the people that I want to thank. That's just a testament to the incredible community that surrounds me. I'm really doing well. I'm really feeling so positive. I'm feeling so affirmed by this whole experience. I have so much hope for the future. And you're going to be seeing this in a lot of different videos that I'm going to be releasing over the next little while. I told you that I was thinking of starting the podcast. I'm pretty damn certain that podcast is going to happen. In fact, I've already started planning for the podcast. The first podcast is going to be about the experience I had in the stroke. It's going to go into a lot more detail. It's going to talk about what actually happened, because if I have to tell you that whole story on this YouTube video, I kid you not, it would take an hour. If you were worried for my faith, do not be. If there's anything, if you've prayed for me in any way, I ask that you convert that prayer from one of petition into one of thanksgiving. And from my side, thank you so much for praying for me, for thinking about me, for sending a thought or an intention up. You don't understand how much it means to me. Truly, I am so grateful. As I said, the next couple of videos are going to introduce different aspects of what happened to me. I'm going to be elaborating on the stroke, on the experience. I also am going to be doing that in the podcast. I'm very happy to announce that the podcast is going to be co-hosted by me and my best mate, whose name is ironically also Marco. Incredible man. I can't wait for you to meet him. He's also going to be contributing to the channel a lot more as we go into the future. I want to talk about Divine Mercy, because that was such a big role player in my own healing testimony. I want to talk about this here rosary, because honestly, this rosary carried me through my experience in the hospital itself. I want to talk about that period where I was missing. I want to talk about more about the community that surrounds me, and how important fraternity and community is in our faith. I pray for you wherever you are in the difficulty that you're going through. All of us in some way or another are struggling through something. All of us, this pandemic has truly affected each and every one of us in at least some different way. If you are struggling right now, I want you to know that your struggle is worth it. That God is going to use it, that God is going to take you to a different place, a different level, a place that He wants you to be at, a place that is going to be important for you so that you may find Him there. I truly believe that this was God's miracle, and that this was God's plan, and that everything that happened was God's way of showing light in a very difficult and dark period. If you are in that situation, or if you know someone that's in that situation, please can you send them this video link? Please can you share this video with them? If you're new to this channel, and if you'd like to hear more about the story of my stroke and the testimony that I have relating to that, feel free to like the video, to subscribe to the channel, and to send it on to anyone that may need it. My name is Marco Menzela. I am proud to be Catholic. I hope that you are too. And I will see you guys soon. God bless you all. Ciao.